Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about EXP vouchers, the best way to use them, how do you get them, and what do they do exactly. So if you've never seen an EXP voucher, the first thing that you should know is this is a very common event reward on MapleStory. So throughout the year, there are many different events. Right now, there's the Demon Slayer event, for example, and you could get these EXP vouchers from doing the Demon Slayer core training test, and you'll get 400 a day, 5 times a week. So you'll get 2,000 of these every single week. But throughout the year, there are many events that give way more than this. Sometimes you could get tens of thousands of these or multiple thousands per week. And it's very important to know how to use these because they can make your account progression way easier if you know what you're doing. So that's the purpose of this video. I'm going to tell you the best ways to use these EXP vouchers so your account can progress as much as possible. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is how much EXP you can get from these tickets. I'm going to leave a link in the description to this chart, but basically there's this chart that you can see how many EXP tickets you need to level. So over here where my mouse is, if you're level 200, you would need 299 of these to level. If you're level 210, you would need 428 and so on. And you could see all the way up to level 300, but obviously that's a little bit too much. What's really cool about this chart is you can highlight all the levels that you want to use it on. And on the bottom right, it'll tell you how many you need. The best use for these tickets is getting to level 210. From level 200 to 210, you would need about 4,500 tickets and it'll just get you straight there. From 210 to 219, you would need around 6,800. And honestly, anything beyond that, I think is a little too expensive. You would rather get multiple 210s than try to juice up a character to super high level. That's the most optimal way to use it. Now, in particular, the best way to use these EXP tickets is to get level 3 link skills. So if you don't know what a level 3 link skill is, if you open your link skills manager, you'll see that some link skills have different levels. Like for example, the Ho Young Link Bravado is level 2, whereas Terms and Conditions, which is the Angelic Buster link skill, is level 3. Level 3 link skills, you get them from getting certain classes to level 210. Now, not every single class, if you get it to 210, will have a level 3 link skills, only certain ones. So the best use for these tickets is to get your level 3 link skills, because not only does your level 3 link skills make your account a lot stronger and make your XP rates a lot higher, it's also very annoying getting a character from 200 to 210 through all the other means in the game. There are other ways to do it, like training, growth potions, AFK saunas, or anything like that. But the best way is to use EXP tickets, because EXP tickets or EXP vouchers are very common through events and are specifically designed on characters level 200 or higher. We know that there are multiple ways to get to level 200, like using extreme growth potions that just give you a bunch of levels from level 130 to 200, right? So the next step is, what event resource can we use to get past level 200 very efficiently? And the best way to do that is EXP vouchers. As a matter of fact, all the characters that I have above level 210, like let's say my Iran, Luminous, Demon Avenger, all these characters that have level 3 link skills, I actually never trained them past level 200 a single time. I just always made sure that I knew where I could get EXP vouchers and use them on my mules throughout the events, throughout the year. And a little bonus tip, the most important level 3 link skill to get right away is the Evan link skill. Now, that's not necessarily the first link skill you should get. I'm just saying that the first level 3 one that you should get is the Evan one, because that one makes your XP rates so much faster. So if I was a new player, I would look at these resources and think, I need to get level 3 link skills with them. I should prepare some characters at level 200 so I can toss these EXP vouchers on them whenever I get them. Now, let's say you already have all of your level 3 link skills and you're looking for something else to use these EXP vouchers on. I would say the second best use for them is getting characters to 220 that you will make into a boss mule one day. So again, just like my level 3 link skills, I didn't train any of them to 220. All of these characters that I have above 210, these guys at 215, these guys all at 220, I got them all just through EXP vouchers. Never trained them a single time. I just utilized all of the XP vouchers that we get throughout all of the events throughout the year and eventually got them all to 220. That is the best way to use them. especially on side characters. So you would be progressing your main, and then on the side, you would use the event resources that can get characters from 200 to 210, and then 210 to 220. Now, let's say you have a main that's above level 260 and you want to see if you can use the XP vouchers on it. Well, if we look at the chart and see how many vouchers you would need to level past 260, it's literally like multiple tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of vouchers to level. So it's just not worth it. That's why they actually made advanced EXP vouchers. Now, these advanced EXP vouchers are specifically designed for characters above level 260, and these are what you should use to get levels past 260. Now, these are not as common as the regular EXP vouchers. They will be relevant in events starting now and moving forward, but you're not going to get too many of these. The regular XP vouchers, you get many tens of thousands of them throughout the year, or even probably over 100,000 throughout the year. But these advanced ones, because they're so good, you don't get too many of them. Now, I do believe in the future they are going to release more and more of them as it becomes more and more like common, because that's usually what happens. Is an event item is created and it's pretty rare at first, and then throughout the years it just gets more and more common. Like, for example, Magnificent Growth Potion, you get so many of these days. Back in the day, you would just get one like a year or two a year. But yeah, advanced XP vouchers, I think the best way, in my opinion, to use them is trying to get to new areas. So let's say you're level 260. I wouldn't necessarily use them from 260 to 262, for example. I would use them to get from 269 to 270. That way you unlock a brand new area and you could start doing your dailies in that area and start building more Sacred Forest, get access to new maps. You can see that the advanced EXP vouchers, they actually give you a lot of XP at 260 plus. So if you're trying to get to 262, it's around 9,000 advanced EXP vouchers. So in the 260s, you basically get 2 levels just from 10,000 of these, which is pretty crazy. And then in the 270s, you can get about 1 level. I would say once you're past 275 or you're past 280, the value does become a lot less. It just becomes more of like a XP boost to motivate you to train more. But I think the best uses is below 275 and you're trying to get to a brand new area. I think that way you can make the most out of the levels. But the second best way to use these advanced XP vouchers is to use them on a boss meal, specifically a C10 boss meal. But this is more like late to end game activities. So I would highly recommend just using them on your main if you're an early player and you're trying to get to 270, 275. But for me, I use them on my fire poison. Now, the difference from having a C10 boss meal at level 265 versus level 260 is actually really huge. And the reason for that is because of Darknell. Because Darknell is a level 265 boss, that means if you're below his level, you have a bunch of reduced damage on him. So just getting my character, my boss meal to 265, it makes my weekly boss clears a lot faster. So that's what I use the tickets for. And I think that's the second best way to use them. Besides the first 2 ways that we mentioned, I think just using them on any character that you want to be high level is a really good use. So using them on your main would be optimal. But let's say your main is like 290 like mine, for example, or high 280s. I don't think it's really worth using it on it because you can get a lot more value if you have a secondary character between 260 to 270. All right, so for the last part of this video, I want to show you what it looks like when you actually use these EXP vouchers. So when you double click it, you're going to see what level you are and what percent you are and how many you have. So you just press yes first. It's not going to consume them. And then it asks you how many you want to use. Even after you press OK, it's still not going to consume them. There's still one more dialogue. So I want to use all 400, for example. And then it'll tell you where you're going to end up. So I started off at 215, 11%. And when I use all 400, I'm going to be at 64%. And if you press yes here, then it'll actually use them all and you'll get to 64%. So that's what I'm going to do. But you have basically 3 chances to back out and be absolutely sure that you want to use them. So there you go. Now, if you learned something from this video, I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe or check out some of my other videos. Pull up to the stream so you can ask me questions live or have a good time with us. With that all being said, though, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions, obviously leave a comment down below. And have a wonderful day. Shout out to my members, Blazefire, Shooms, Shagad, Ravi Espa, Koga, Skittles, Dante Victory, CK, Jay, Kyle, Vampiric X, Fresh and Juicy, Assassin, Henzo, Henrique, and Kelvin. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you everybody who submitted fan art. You can always submit it in the Discord and it'll be put at the end of every video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.